Hi Cancer, and welcome to your Love Tarot forecast. This is for June 1st through June 15th, 2019. I'm going to start your reading off by pulling a few cards here to see overall energies in regards to love and romantical matters for you guys these first 2 weeks of June. So let's see what comes out, Cancer. All right, so we have silence, not speaking, but still watching. And we have adventurer, outdoorsy and physically active. Okay, so whether you're single or coupled, or separated from somebody, or just kind of dating somebody, I see some messages coming through on all fronts here. So first of all, those of you who are in a relationship, like committed, you guys could be married, living together, you know, or you don't have to live together, but you both are agreed that we're committed, and I feel like you've been together for some time. And what I see here is one of you has decided they wanted to do something specific, and the other one is not pleased about that. And so it's caused some sort of rift and tension between the two of you. And so I almost feel like even if we're living in the same house, we're not speaking to each other. Like we're upset with each other. We're kind of in our separate corners right now. And both of us are refusing to back down. So we'll see how the reading plays out to see if anybody gives in here. But those of you who are in a relationship, I kind of feel you're in this standoff with your partner about something that one of you wants to do, some idea, something that's happened. I don't know. You're just, one of you's not pleased, or both of you aren't pleased, and there's some distance there. Now, those of you who are kind of just newer dating somebody, or you meet somebody these first 2 weeks, Cancer, kind of be wary, because I feel like this person like checks in on you more than you realize, okay? And this to me is like newer energy into your life, like somebody that you just kind of talking to, maybe went on a few dates, or you're kind of dating them. Like it's not a serious connection, but I feel like they're really watching you, like when you check in on Facebook, like where you post where you're at, things like that. And it's because, I don't know, there may be something about your personality, like you're really outgoing, you're really adventurous, you know, you make friends everywhere you go, you're not somebody who wants to just sit at home. And you know, because this person's newer to you, it's not like you're trying to take them to do everything you're doing. And I feel in the sense like they're questioning, you know, is Cancer like seeing a bunch of other people, you know, this, that, and the others. So I feel like there's somebody kind of watching you, but it's somebody you're interacting with, Cancer, and they're not letting you know that they are creeping on you like that. So if you've had a vibe or a sense, really pay attention to that, okay? And those of you who are separated from somebody, and you're not speaking to them, they're watching your every move, or you are watching their every move, okay? Because, or you both could still be watching each other in the same essence as what I've already spoke about, like Facebook, social media, checking to see locations, like where's this person now, what are they doing, who are they with, that type of energy. Either you, they, or both of you are doing that, okay? And it's because we're not over each other. And that's the only reason why we still would check in on somebody, right? And look in on what they're doing. Now, Cancer, this could also be because of general reading. If you had like an ex, or just somebody that you felt was like you were done with, and they're kind of creepy, it was kind of hard to, you know, get them to stay away, they could still be looming in the background and just watching from afar. So again, be cautious and wary of that. Now lastly, Cancer, those of you who are single, I feel there is somebody who has noticed you or is going to notice you over these next 2 weeks. And this person is somebody who is like a lot of fun, likes to go and do things, likes to go hiking, go camping, ride bikes, maybe even skydive, bungee jump, travel. It's just this person and their energy is very high and active. They're not somebody who wants to spend a whole weekend just vegging out, sitting on the couch, like watching a show. If that's the case, like there would be some intimacy involved in that, where you guys are like drinking wine and having a Netflix and chill session type of, you know, hanging out like that. That could definitely be, but for the most part, that's not what you guys are going to be doing all the time. This is somebody who wants to be out and about, exploring, going to comedy, going to concerts, getting outdoors, you know, playing sports, volleyball, soccer, softball, like you name it. So those singles out there, there's somebody coming in that has noticed you, okay? Or Cancer, if you're noticing somebody like this, you might want to put your self out there and see if they're interested. I mean, because they're showing up in your reading here. So for those of you who are single, I see somebody either noticing you or you've got your eye on somebody. And I think this first 2 weeks of June would be a very good time to put yourself out there if it's you. So let's pull some more cards, Cancer. Okay, so we have cooperation, project, teamwork. This for those coupled up where we are at this like standoff. This is, I feel the confirmation of that, where there is not really cooperation or compromise right now. Like you both feel very right in where you stand in your perception. And because that's the Three of Roses, maybe you guys should get, you know, some impartial intervention, third party, to hear both sides and, you know, give their true opinion of like what they think should happen, or, you know, seek some advice. Others of you, this, because it's the Three of Roses, it could be like your partner's friend, or you have a friend that they don't like. It could be something like that, where you feel there's this other person kind of meddling in things and you're not a fan of that person, okay? Now we have Six of Thoughts, moving on, freedom, transition. We have Six of Emotion, longing, nostalgia, return. And we have habit, routine, ungrateful. Okay, Cancer. So those of you in this committed relationship, listen, I feel like if we're trying to break up over this, it's temporary and we're going to get back together, or we're not going to break up at all, okay? Just because we have moving on and then return. So yeah, I really feel, Cancer, if you, those of you committed, if you and your partner are in this where we're in separate corners, we're not speaking, and we decide, okay, whatever, this is it, we're letting go, we're moving on, that's very short-lived and temporary. However, with the Four of Emotion here, I don't feel like the primary issue is resolved when you guys, you know, decide not to break up or you return back to each other from a temporary separation. I feel like it still is there, and maybe you guys are coming together because you've decided that you love each other enough to where you're just going to agree to disagree on this issue or whatever this is, because there is something, Cancer, that's causing a friction between those of you who are committed. And I don't know, these first 2 weeks, I still see you guys at a standstill. Even if you like kiss and make up, so to speak, the issue is still there. Now, for those of you who are just kind of dating somebody, this could be a person that, or these first 2 weeks, it's like they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. So it could be, that might be why, if you're the one watching you, or if they're watching you, one of you's kind of not fully all there, and I don't feel like it's because there's anything malicious happening here. I feel like it has a lot to do with like personal life or career, and that's why, you know, sometimes you feel like they're totally into you and they're responding to messages, and it's like Cancer, 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 and then it's like crickets and you're like, what's going on? I don't feel like it's because there's other people that they're trying to entertain. I feel like it's personal life or work life, like there's just other things going on. So that's why they kind of seem like they run a little hot and cold. And eventually I feel like by the end of this 2 weeks, that energy is going to even out. All right. Those of you separated from somebody, this to me is kind of like where you guys might have a reconciliation. But again, whatever was wrong is still there. It's just that you really miss each other and you really care about each other and you don't want to be apart from each other. But until there is compromise here and we're both on the same page and we have the same vision, it's like you guys are going to run into the same routine over and over and over. And it's like we're going to break up, but we're going to come back together because we miss each other and love each other. But here's this incompatibility that, you know, exists between us that somebody is not facing and working on, which now causes you guys to split. But then you miss each other, love each other, come back. Like, I do see that. And just because that card there is what, you know, wraps up that series of the cards, I feel like, again, if we come back together, the issue is there. So Cancer, by listening to this, maybe coming back together, you decide, you know what, listen, we've really got to make this work. We've got to get past this because I love you and I don't want to destroy our relationship. I don't want to destroy our love because we keep, you know, going in this cycle, repeating this. And I feel like, honestly, Cancer, it's more on their behalf. Like, I just feel as though you want to make it work like you do, because I tend to read this side as your energy and this side as other person you are involved with. And so I see 3 of roses over here, cooperation, teamwork, like that's what you want to give. Over here, habit, routine, ungrateful. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and that's the way it is. And so that's what I feel is going on over there. So here you are, okay, fine, I'm done with this, I'm ready to move on. And then, okay, Cancer's upset, I'm gonna put in some energy, I'm gonna put in some effort to pull Cancer back in, whether this is we're separated and we come back together, or we stay together, but this is that like hot and cold type of energy. And I just feel like you are kind of at the end of your rope with this, and you are the one that has really gone into your corner, and that's why the silence is here, because it's you don't know what to do anymore. You don't want to put up with it whatsoever. Those of you who are single, listen, this new person coming into your world could actually be in the workplace, okay? Or for some of you, this is somebody that you may have dated or wanted to date, or maybe you worked with before. There's some sort of, reconciliation return here, but I don't feel like it was like this super serious relationship, because it's a secondary message outside of those of you who are separated from somebody. So whoever this person is coming in for you guys is somebody you know. Again, you may have worked with them, gone to school with them, mutual friends somehow, some way. It could be like you see a post of theirs on Facebook through a mutual friend, or they see a post of yours through a mutual friend, and like that's how you guys connect, okay? I just get a sense that there's some way that you know each other, and you're reconnecting somehow, some way. And what was shared before isn't like this deep relationship, okay? So single Cancers, there could be somebody returning into your world, pleasant surprise, all right? And they're a lot of fun. And I feel like they really shake things up for you, whereas, it's blasé. Now you are having fun. You are enjoying yourself. And, just a lot of happiness with this person. And for those of you where this is a person coming in that you don't know, and it's just brand new, I do feel like they get you out of like this zone of boredom, of stagnation, of frustration, and you have so much fun with them, Cancer. So all in all, it's pretty good. I guess except for those of you who it's like you just cannot get past this incompatibility regardless of how hard you are trying. So let's pull some more cards, Cancer. All right, so we have self-healing journey. Yeah, those of you in the relationships, whatever it is, you're ready to be like, I'm done, for real done, because you don't want to heal. Like, Cancer, man, it's like you either want this to work or you want to be done and you want to heal from it. That's just where you're at. Those of you who are committed to somebody, or this is kind of just this back and forth relationship, you're at that point. This first 2 weeks of June, like, we figured this out and worked past it, or I'm done with you, like really done with you. I don't care how much I'm going to miss you this time. I'm done with this merry-go-round. Independence. Yeah, look at that, Cancer. You're ready. You are not putting up with anybody's crap. And, you know, that's why those of you where you might be seeing somebody and it kind of seems like they're a bit flaky, you're like, you know what? I don't need to put up with all that. But Cancer, like I said, I don't think that they're trying to push you off. I just feel like they've got a lot going on in their world. We have deep regret. This is falling over here on this side. Yep. And crazy chemistry. Cancer, listen. The person, those of you who are separated from somebody, they regret their behavior. Like, they might not understand why they do what they do or why they cannot get it together, because with crazy chemistry there, deep regret, it's like they don't have any other connection like they do with you. And it's not just this, you know, soul connection. They also really desire you physically. And so they have deep regret for what they've done, for taking you for granted, you know, this loop and cycle that you guys are stuck in. They're definitely feeling that this first 2 weeks of June, those of you who are separated, okay? Those of you who are committed, listen, I feel like these first 2 weeks, again, you're ready to just be done with things like, you know what, I got this, I can handle myself, I can handle my business, I'm just going to go on my merry way. And now they're starting to feel bad and realize that you're serious. And so even though your energy, you might really be pulling back, you can expect some tears, you can expect some words like, don't go, Cancer, I'm sorry, I'll change, this and that. And they definitely mean it when they're saying it, okay? They definitely mean it when they're saying it. But can they follow through? That's the problem, right? And right here we have lessons on your side and we have a lessons on their side. What's yours? Independence. What's theirs? Deep regret. They've got to get it together, Cancer. And for you, this whole process has really pushed you to become much stronger emotionally and a lot more independent than you ever were before. So there has been an element of soul growth taking place through this repetitive cycle. For those of you that, you know, are suffering that, committed, or those of you who are separated, there's been soul growth. And Cancer, I just feel like you're on point, okay? And it's them that really need to figure it out and get it together and be able to follow through with that intention, because I believe them, you know, that they do love you, they do care, they are sorry. But as great as that intention and truth is, they have this really hard time with follow through and consistency, and you're done with that. Those of you, again, who just kind of met somebody, listen, again, I don't feel like they have malicious things going on. Their plate's really full, and they do feel guilty that they don't give you more time. Like, they think about you. There's a lot of chemistry and connection with you, okay? So just kind of go with it these 2 weeks and know that they really are feeling you. They've just got a full plate right now. And those of you where this is a new connection or some sort of reigniting person, man, you guys are going to just have a really good time with each other. I feel for single Cancers where there's somebody coming into your world these first 2 weeks, you're really going to have a good time with this person, like all the way around. And man, any of you where this is somebody returning, like you used to work with them, you went to school with them, it was just an acquaintance or a mutual friend, they have had a lot of regret that they didn't make a play for you in the past, okay? They have thought about you. They've always had a chemistry for you. And now, like, I feel once they get a chance with you, like, it's just game on. And they're not going to let go because they have regret for not pursuing this in the past, all right? Okay, so we have karmic, feminine of karmic energy. We have 6 of ego energy, and you know what this is? Watching. I'm watching you. So we have silence, not speaking but still watching, and then we have I'm watching from afar. Now we have Ace of karmic energy. And we have the action of karmic energy. So we pretty much have all karmic energy except for this little bit of ego here. Cancer, yeah. Those of you who are separated from somebody or who are in this commitment where it's you go this back and forth, they have the intention, they do, but I just don't know that they have the follow through with that Ace of karmic energy. Okay, Cancer, I don't know that they have the follow through if they're capable of it emotionally. They might need a lot of maturing because even though their intention is there with this card, action of ego energy, this says I'm not going to change. All right, so really keep that in perspective. For those of you this reading really resonates where, you know, you keep going through this repetitive cycle, whether we're still together or we just, you know, break up and then make up, I don't feel like that person is really capable of changing right now. They have the intention, you guys have the connection, the love is there, but they've got a lot of learning to do. And with all this karmic energy, I feel they have a lot of karma to resolve because, again, Cancer, your energy is on point from what I can see. Okay, you've done your work. Now, this is general, so if you are a cross watcher and you're like, no, this is my side and this is Cancer, that's fine. You can receive it that way. But for the sake of this reading, I see Cancer on this side and your energy being on point. And over here, despite the best of intentions, they're just not energetically, emotionally, mentally in the place to offer you what you truly deserve at this time. Those of you, you know, who are in this struggle, committed or separated, they've got a lot of maturing to do. So just keep that in perspective, okay? Because it's like this cycle will just repeat once again, and you don't want to deal with that. Those of you who are single and somebody new coming in, or just a reconnection of an acquaintance of some kind, I feel like you guys coming together have both been through a lot of similar crap with partners who, you know, despite the connection and best of intentions, like they don't have their crap together. I feel like you and this person have both experienced a lot of partners who just didn't have their crap together because you, Cancer, as a water sign, natural empath, you feel people, you want to help, you want to heal, you want to nurture, you want to grow, and you want to save them. And I feel like the person you're connecting to they are very similar like you in that aspect. So you both have been burned quite a bit romantically, and so the two of you coming together, it's perfect. I almost feel like it could be a Pisces or a fellow water sign for you guys, just with the two fish there, because I feel this new connection is like two peas in a pod, and you see the two light bulbs and the Six of Thoughts kind of going off on their own from these four. And that, I feel like those of you where you're single and this is somebody newer coming in, that's like you guys have very similar pasts, but what you guys share with each other is going to be quite different, and you're going to have a lot of fun. All right, so we have our love story, and we have challenges. Yeah, Cancer, listen, you've got to decide, and you've got to ask Spirit, you know, those of you who are really in this like repetitive struggle, what needs to happen here to get us out of this repeating loop of energy, of cycle. Because with our love story, that is a card of encouragement. It's like no matter the challenges that the relationship faces, at some point you will overcome them. With all this karmic energy, this person might just have a lot of karma to resolve so they can emotionally evolve and mature. So for this, just because of what I see, this coming out as like the final card, Cancer, those of you in this struggle, ask Spirit to show you what to do. Do I need to walk away and stay away for a while? Do we need counseling? Do I need to secretly play affirmations while they sleep to help rewrite their subconscious? Like, what do I need to do for this relationship to work? And Spirit will come in and either totally separate you and take you away from it and work on your partner and then bring you back together, or Spirit will do all the work with the two of you and you evolve together. But there is a lot of challenges, and it sits on the side of the reading, Cancer. So again, I see you as your energy's on point. I know what you want and what you're willing to give, and I see over here is where the problem is. And again, it's about karmic energy. Those of you where this is somebody new coming in, or like that acquaintance connection, you guys are going to have a very long-term relationship, and they are very significant in your life and part of your life journey moving forward. Okay, so Cancer, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.